Ever wondered why your money seems to disappear faster than your favorite snacks? Picture this. You just got your paycheck and you're feeling great. You have plans, dreams, maybe even a little wish list. But before you know it, your bank account starts to look like a desert, barren and dry. You're left scratching your head, wondering where all that green went. Sound familiar? Well, you're not alone. It's the great Money Vanishing Act. And it's a mystery that's left many of us puzzled. But what if I told you there's a magician behind this act? And that magician is none other than lack of budgeting. Yes, you heard it right. Without a budget, your money can disappear quicker than a rabbit in a magic show, leaving you clueless and penniless. But don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. Well, fret not. Today we're going to crack the code of this vanishing act. Imagine John, a regular guy with a regular income but extraordinary expenses. John, like many of us, is a hard-working individual who earns a decent income. His life on the surface seems quite ordinary. He wakes up, goes to work, comes home, eats, sleeps and repeats. But when it comes to his expenses, well, that's a different story altogether. John's expenses are like a hyperactive jack-in-the-box that just won't stay put. From the moment he wakes up to the time he goes to bed, it feels like his money has a mind of its own, constantly finding ways to vanish into thin air. His morning cup of coffee, the gym membership he rarely uses, the impromptu shopping sprees that feel oh so therapeutic. And let's not forget the monthly bills that seem to add up faster than a Formula One race car. The problem isn't that John is irresponsible or that he doesn't earn enough. It's that his expenses seem to be in a perpetual race with his income, always one step ahead, leaving John gasping for financial breath. He often finds himself wondering, where did all my money go? This is what we call the Money Vanishing Act, a common spectacle in the lives of many, where income seems to disappear faster than it comes in. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole at the bottom, a futile endeavour that leaves one feeling stressed, overwhelmed and financially strained. John is not alone in this struggle. Many of us have been there, trying to juggle the demands of our expenses with the constraints of our income. It's a balancing act that can feel like walking on a tightrope, where one misstep can lead to a financial freefall. But what if John could change this? What if he could tame his extraordinary expenses? Enter budgeting, the superhero that can rescue John, and indeed all of us, from the pit of financial despair. Think of budgeting as your very own financial GPS. It's a plan that tracks your income and expenses over a specific time period, guiding you on your journey to financial stability. It's not just about knowing where your money is going, but also about managing your personal finances in a way that allows you to achieve your financial goals. Whether you're saving for that dream vacation or trying to avoid falling into a debt trap, a budget can be your best friend. Now, you might be wondering how to start budgeting. It's simple. Start by considering all your sources of income and then list out your regular monthly expenses. This will give you a clear picture of your financial landscape. But remember, sticking to a budget is like sticking to a diet. It requires discipline, and sometimes an accountability partner can be a great help. There are several budgeting methods you can choose from. Zero-based budgeting is like a reset button for your finances. Every month you start from zero and allocate each pound to a specific expense or savings category. It's a great way to ensure every pound has a purpose. If you prefer dealing with tangible cash, the cash envelope budgeting method could be your cup of tea. Here you distribute your cash into different envelopes for different expenses. Once an envelope is empty, that's it for the spending in that category for the month. Then there's the percentage-based budgeting method, where you allocate a certain percentage of your income to different categories. This method is flexible and can easily be personalized to fit your lifestyle and financial goals. Regardless of the method you choose, remember to regularly review and adjust your budget. Just like a good cup of tea, a budget needs to be brewed to your taste, and sometimes a little adjustment can make all the difference. So budgeting, it turns out, is not as scary as it sounds, right? Now, let's equip John and you with a blueprint for budgeting. Our first step in this blueprint is to determine our income sources. This isn't just about your primary job, mind you. Do you have a side gig, investments, inheritance from a long-lost aunt? count it all in. Once we've got our income sorted, it's time to track our expenses. And by tracking, we don't mean just glancing at your bank statement and saying, oh, that seems about right. No, we mean meticulously jotting down every single penny that goes out of your pocket. And yes, that includes the cheeky coffee you grab on your way to work every morning. Now that we have a clear picture of our income and expenses, it's time for some serious introspection. We need to differentiate between our needs and wants. Is that designer watch a need or a want? Is dining out every other night a need or a want? It's time to ask some tough questions, folks. And finally, we need to set aside some money for savings. Yes, we know it sounds boring and grown up, but trust us, future you will thank present you for this. With this blueprint, John is no longer a regular guy with extraordinary expenses. He's an extraordinary guy with a regular budget. Let's fast forward a few months. John, with his new budgeting powers, is in control of his finances. No longer is he a helpless puppet at the mercy of his expenses. Instead, he's the puppeteer, pulling the strings of his own money matters. His income and expenses are no longer playing hide and seek. He's tackled his debts head on, banishing them to the realm of been there, done that. And savings? Well, let's just say he's building his own little treasure chest. And this, my friends, is the magic of budgeting. Feeling inspired by John's transformation? You too can take the reins of your financial future. Budgeting is not a magic trick, but a tool, a powerful tool that can bring order to the chaos of your expenses. It's about understanding your income and where it disappears every month. It's about planning, and more importantly, it's about acting on that plan. So why wait? Start your budgeting journey today. And remember, for more financial wisdom, subscribe to the Mystical Money Making channel. Until next time, keep your budget tight and your spirits high.